again. I'm here with another one of the books, the picture books that I've chosen for our 14 days before winter break. Of course, you can be listening to this anytime you want or watching it, but these are picture books that I've chosen leading up to winter break, all about winter or things that happen maybe in the snow, maybe some of the winter holidays that are going on, not just Christmas, not everyone celebrates that, so trying to bring a whole bunch of different perspective. And this new book to me that I just discovered that I was really excited about is called The Shortest Day. And this is a book by Susan Cooper, who is a Newbery Medal winner. But she has written this book all about the winter solstice. And if you don't know, the winter solstice is on December 21st, so we'll actually be out of school by then. It'll be over winter break, but that is the shortest day of the year. Well, really, all days are 24 hours, right? But it is the day where we have the least amount of sunshine. In the northern hemisphere at least, right here in Colorado. So I wanted to give you a little background information first. I'm going to read the back of the book first and then read the story. Susan Cooper has written this book as a poem, which I think is really cool, all about the winter solstice. So I would love to read why she wrote this. Here's what it says. From the very beginning, our lives have been cyclical. So that means they go in a cycle or a circle. At the solstices, the sun reaches its highest or lowest point in our sky, giving us the longest or the shortest day of the year. At the equinoxes, day and night are almost equal. Spring equinox, summer solstice, autumn equinox, winter solstice, round and round they go. If you live on a planet that circles the sun, your time is governed by the patterns of light and darkness, summer and winter, warmth and cold, and of course, life and death. Once our forebears learned to farm, they planted and harvested at the equinoxes, but it was the solstices that caught their attention, the extremes. They watched their days shrink from the bright abundance of high summer to the bleak, dark cold of winter, and they invented rituals to make sure the light would come back again, to bring the new day, the new year, the rebirth of life. The rebirth rituals have become traditions that we still celebrate, whether or not we remember where they came from. Some of them are so old that only their monuments remain. On the morning of winter solstice at the great earthwork Newgrange in Ireland, the day's first beam of sunlight shines in through a passage that Neolithic people, that's people from a long time ago, built there 5,000 years ago to catch it. And for 17 minutes, a dark room deep within is filled with the sunshine of the shortest day. It's a universal impulse, the celebration of the light as a symbol of continuing life. The Yule and the evergreens of my poem come from Northern Europe, but the candles in those Christmas trees belong to the same family as the menorah candles of Hanukkah or the oil lamps of Diwali. Christianity and many other faiths share their intention. They are the lights of hope, reaching for the triumph of good over evil. The shortest day is for everyone. I wrote the poem for the theater, for a joyful celebration of the winter solstice in music, dance, and words that's known as the Christmas Revels. You can find out about it at www.revels, that's revels.org. Every year on Revel stages in 9 cities across America, an actor steps forward and begins quietly. So the shortest day came. And everybody listening is reminded that above all, they too, at this time of celebration, feast, give thanks, and dearly love their friends and hope for peace. So when the actor reaches the last line, the whole audience repeats it after him or her in a great exuberant shout, "Welcome, Yule!" The Jack in my book, the dedication, is the singer John Langstaff who founded the Revels. Its seed was sown in his childhood when his family had a big holiday party for their friends. Their house was full of candlelight and good food and evergreens, and everyone sang carols or played music or recited a poem. Okay, so this is The Shortest Day, the poem that Susan Cooper wrote, all about the winter solstice. Okay, look at this amazing illustration. Oh, I should have said it's illustrated by Carson Ellis. Can you see that we have people who don't look like you and I right now? My dog Wilson is here, and I think he wants to be fed, and so he's interrupting us. I'm so sorry. Okay, we have some people here who maybe aren't dressed like you and I. I think they're from a long time ago. What do you think? So the shortest day came. And the year died. That's a funny way of thinking about it, that the year dies. It's almost the end of the year. And everywhere down the centuries of the snow-white world came people singing, dancing to drive the dark away. Now, I would really love this because I do not enjoy how dark it gets in the winter and how short the days are. We can't be outside after school. It's really hard for me, so I can understand wanting to drive the dark away. They lighted candles in the winter trees. They hung their homes with evergreen. Now this is a tradition kind of like our Christmas trees, right? We don't actually light our trees anymore because that would be dangerous. But look, that's just like the light on your Christmas tree, I bet, if you have one of those in your house. They burned beseeching fires all night long to keep the year alive. Ooh, what a great word, beseeching fires. And when the New Year's sunshine blazed awake, they shouted, reveling. Here comes the sun, look. It's the magic page. If you've listened to any of my read alouds before, a teacher that I used to work with a long time ago taught me that the cover, the book, the page inside that matches it, she used to call the magic page. I loved looking for it. So there's the magic page. Through all the frosty ages, you can hear them echoing behind us. Listen. All the long echoes sing the same delight, this shortest day, as promise wakens in the sleeping land. Look, we've gone from a long time ago to, that might look a little like your house. They carol, feast, give thanks, and dearly love their friends and hope for peace. And I think you know, however you celebrate holidays over this time, if you do, that there's a lot of giving thanks, spending it with friends and family, and hoping for peace. And so do we here now, this year and every year. Welcome, Yule. And that's all. The poem of the shortest day. Maybe this year on December 21st, you can think about this, that it brings new hope and new light and all those things we can wish for after the shortest day. Thanks for sharing this new book with me.